Hey guys, welcome back. Another little baseball talk here. This one is about, I see a lot. I watch all these baseball pages and I'm always watching and learning and, seeing things where people talk about their kid not getting to play and things like that. And then I read the comments and there's so many people get on the parents for posting, about that. And I'm going to give my take on that. Because I can understand where these parents come from. They spend, vacation days. They drive countless hours. Spend lots of money on hotels and different uniforms and a lot of them bats and gloves. And it's a lot of money involved in this. First of all, I want to say that I believe, honest to God, in my opinion, travel ball is a business. Plain and simple. And the parents are being taken hostage by it. You go spend a lot of money and these kids want a little ring. But that's a different point. But what we're talking about is players not getting to play and then the parents getting frustrated. I can understand the frustration. So in my opinion, I think it's the coach's responsibility to find situations to get every player in the game if possible. Now, I'm not talking about if you've got a guy that pitches and you're hanging on to him, or he's got a little bit of a sore arm or something like that. Understandable. But in every single game, there's a situation for players to be used to benefit the team. If a kid's in a bad slump hitting, the worst thing you can do is sit him on the bench forever. There's got to be a situation to get him in to do something, whether it be sacrifice bunt, the squeeze play, maybe a hit and run where he's really, focusing on hitting the ball the other way. These things can benefit the players. Even bunting can benefit the players, because those few bunts you throw at the beginning of batting practice every time, they ain't got nothing to do with bunting 90% of the time. They've got a lot to do with, seeing the ball to the bat, getting the rhythm of the pitcher, and things like that. So bunting can be beneficial in games also. It can help players get out of slumps. There's so many ways. There's pinch hitting. There's defensive substitutions. So when I see players or parents gripe because their kid never seen the field, period, I can understand that. And so I believe it's a coach's responsibility to find a way to get each and every player within reason in a game. Even if it's a 1-0 game, there's a way to get them in the game. I can remember the Boston Red Sox were down 3-0 a few years ago when they come back and beat the Yankees down 3-0 and went on to win the World Series. They were down and they were in the last inning, and Mariano Rivera's in the game pitching for the Yankees. Lights out, right? Well, no. They got a walk. They got a guy on base. Here comes, I believe it was Dave Roberts from the Dodgers. They had traded for him mid-season, got him over there. Obvious situation where he's stealing. Mo Rivera knew he was stealing. The world knew he was stealing. But they found a way to use each and every player in every game. He gets on. He steals second. I think Veritek knocked him in, and the rest is history. But it was kudos to the manager for getting the right players in the game. So just because you're down 1-0, it's a tight game, doesn't mean you can't use all your players. Find them situations where they excel. And that's up to the coach to do the research. It's up to the coach to have the knowledge of his players and the trust of his players, and the players to trust him. So that's my little thing that I do get tired of seeing players go. And you got to understand when you play travel ball that the opportunities may not be as much if you have to earn your way up there. But there's not a game out there where you cannot find players situations to get in the game and make themselves better and contribute to the team. Because if a player sits there for 3 or 4 games and all of a sudden you're like, oh, I need you. But you didn't need me for the last 4 games. It's a confidence thing. It shows, know, this ain't the pros, man. This ain't the pros, and even the pros are finding ways to get all the players in and get everybody some time. And you're treating every game like it's the 7th game of the World Series. You don't want to play it. You don't want to play the kids. You got to get these kids some playing time. Find a situation and get them in there. Every kid has his purpose. Every kid has his strengths. Every kid has his weakness. It's up to you to you know, take advantage of those strengths and find spots in games and get them in, get them some time, and let them contribute to this team, because, you know, finding a way to get them to contribute to the team is, you know, they're next year starters. They may be this year's starters. You never know. Just got to let them get on the field. Guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Ring the bell.